Hello, baseball fans. This is Anthony with BBSN, and we are back to our Strat-O-Matic 1977 time machine replay featuring the 1922 St. Louis Browns. And today we are going to play Game 4 of a series of the Browns against the New York Yankees. And again, the Browns taking the place of the 1977 Toronto Blue Jays, who were 7-6 coming into this game. The Blue Jays lost to the Yankees 8-6. And in our alternate reality, the Browns have won 2 of 3 thus far of this 4-game set. So without further ado, the final game in this exciting Bronx series. The Browns starting lineup, pretty much the usual lineup as has been the case in most of their games. Tobin in right, Ellerby at third, George Sisler at the first base, Ken Williams in the cleanup spot in left field, Baby Doll Jacobson in center, Marty McManus at second, Hank Severide behind the dish, Chick Shorten DHing, and Wally Gerber at shortstop. On the mound today for the Brownies will be Elam Van Gilder, their second best pitcher behind the ace, Urban Shocker. And the Yankees lineup, so it can be seen here. And the Yankees lineup, Billy Martin going with the unconventional lineup he went with in yesterday's game, which did not pay off for the Yanks. But Randolph leads off, Munson second, Reggie in the third slot, Greg Nettles at third base in the fourth spot, Mickey Rivers in center field, Roy White in left. Cliff Johnson taking the place of Carlos May, who is not carded, will be the DH. And Reggie Jackson in right field. He's not DH. I forgot to change that again. Sorry. And Chris Chambliss will be at first base, and Bucky Dent at short. And pitching for the Yankees today is Ken Holtzman. And Holtzman was not spiffy in 1977, so that probably doesn't bode well for the hometowners. So we are set to go. Let's roll. Tobin leading off for the Browns. And 2 and an 8, that's going to be a fly ball to Jackson in right, 1 down. Frank Ellerby up next, third baseman, 2-6, be a walk. So Ellerby on at first base. He'll try and steal on a roll of 2. No, George Sisler up next, the great George Sisler. And 5 and a 12, that's going to be a ground ball to first base. That'll move Ellerby to second. And Chambliss takes care of Sisler unassisted. So Holtzman looking to get out of the first inning. The Browns have struck early in a couple of these games. And that's going to be another fly ball to right field from Ken Williams. Jackson takes care of that. And mission accomplished. No hits, no runs, no errors. They do leave 1 on a walk. And bottom of this first inning, Yankees coming to bat, and Brownies are a big donut on the scoreboard. We'll see how long that lasts. As Elam Van Gilder takes the bump for the visiting Brownies, Willie Randolph set to lead it off. Here we go. And 3-3, and that's going to be a split chance skinny, and a fine play down at second base by McManus takes that away from Randolph. Captain Thurman Munson up now, and that's a 1-12. That'll be a pop out to second base. It says plus injury, not doing that in this replay. So 2 down for the Bombers and Reggie. And Reggie is also involved in a Battle of the Ages replay going against Aaron Judge, one of my other videos. And currently, for lack of better verbiage, Reggie's getting his ass handed to him by Judge. They still have to go through the 1977 pitching staffs. They finished 2017 in the last video. So we're seeing if he can make a comeback there. He hopes he can. 6 and a 6 to Reg, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field that Baby Doll gets under and puts away. So Yankees go down in order in the first inning. We're heading to the top of the second, no score. As Baby Doll Jacobson's going to lead it off. Brownie's center fielder made the last out in the preceding inning. Let's see if he can get it going. And not the case here. He flies out to left field. Roy White's under that, one down. Next up, Marty McManus, the second sacker for the Brownies. He's having a great start to this season. 6 and 11 is going to be a fly ball to right field X. Reg out there is a 4. And that's not going to be good. Reggie, oh, he does get to that. So never mind, bobbles it, but ends up raking it in. So 2 down, and Reggie's been busy out in right field. 3 putouts already out of 6 batters. Hank Severide up, and here comes a pitch from Holtzman. That's a 3 and an 8. That'll be a ground ball down to shortstop, which Bucky F. and Dent takes care of. And the Brownies bat silent through 2, heading to the bottom of the second inning. Bombers coming up, no score yet in this one. Van Gilder back out on the mound, and the power-hitting third baseman, Greg Nettles, leads it off for the Yanks. And 3-10 is going to be a sharp line drive. That's going to be put away by McManus right at him. If he had not have caught that, that would have gone through his chest. Mickey Rivers in an uncustomary spot in the lineup, hitting 5th. Mick the Quick is a 3-9 ground ball down to Sisler. So Sisler, who had 2 sons playing the major leagues, takes care of that unassisted. And Roy White, Mr. Consistency up. 5 and a 10 is going to be a fly ball to center field, the baby doll. So no hits yet in this one, which is rare in any game the Brownies are involved in. Heading to the top of the 3rd inning, scoreless. And leading it off for the Brownies will be 1922's first and only designated hitter, Chick Shorten. Shorten also plays a little outfield in his spare time, likes long walks on the beach, rolls a 3 and an 8, and that is possibly a tiebreaker. And Shorten not going to get out of here, but that's off the top of the wall, a double off Holtzman. So you can only hope to contain these Browns bats for so long, and Shorten has it going. Leadoff double here in the top of the 3rd inning. Wally Gerber up. Brownie shortstop looks for his pitch, and 6 and a 7 is going to be a single advance 2. So Lightning strikes that quickly, and the Brownies break on top. Gerber with the RBI single, and Shorten coming in to score. Bottom of the order getting it done for the Brownies. Back to the top, Jack Tobin. Here comes the pitch, and 3-8 is going to be a ground ball down to 3rd base. That will be a fielder's choice. 5-4, Gerber on the putout, and Tobin is at first base. Could not turn the double play on that one. 1 down for Frank Ellerby now, the weakest hitter in the Brownies lineup, and 5 and a 10 will be a ground ball down to Nettles. And Mr. Nettles is a 1, as good as it gets there. And 14, he's going to turn the double play. 5-4-3 gets it this time. So Ellerby quickly extinguishes the threat, but the Brownies come up with a run on a couple of knocks, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-0 St. Louis. And Cliff Johnson, Yankees designated hitter, set to take his cuts here. Van Gilder back on the hill. Perfect through 2. And the Bombers have been anything but in this series thus far for the most part. 4 and a 10, it's going to be ground ball down to 3rd base, and Ellerby is a 3. 3 and a 3 there to 3rd base, and that is going to be a single. So Ellerby's lack of range there allows Cliff Johnson to reach first base. Van Gilder looks at him, spits some chewing tobacco on the mound. Seems to think it's okay. Chambliss up the pitch, and it's going to be a pop out to second base. Oh, I'm sorry, 1-7, split chance double. And that will be a single, runners advance 2. So Johnson lumbers over to 3rd on Chambliss' single, and the Yankees bottom of the order coming through as well, just as the Browns did. Bucky Dent, runners at the corners, nobody out, and the pitch, 2-3. And that is going to be a skinny double. Nope, a single, but that gets a run home and moves Chambliss over to 3rd base. So the Yankees Bottom three coming through, gets them on the board. Still nobody out for Willie Randolph, and Van Gilder looks to be a little bit shaken here after starting so well. 2 and a 9 is going to be a fly ball to center field. And on that, runner on third is going to score. So the sac fly for Willie. And the RBI and the Yankees take a 2-1 lead. One down now for Thurman Munson. Pitch from Van Gilder. 4 and a 7 is going to be a single. Runners advance 1. So, as I've said, the bats were stifled. They're coming alive now. And again, granted base to base, but this guy can change all that. Reggie up. And 6-10, that's going to be a pop out to shortstop. Gerber takes care of that. Jackson slams the bat down in disgust, heads back to the dugout. 2 down now for Greg Nettles. Yankee third baseman waits for the pitch, and 4 and a 7 is going to be a single. And again, not going to be deep enough to get a run across, but the sacks are loaded. Mickey Rivers up, not the prototypical guy you want up with the bases loaded. See what he can do. 6 and a 10, pops him up too. So Van Gilder, very shaky in the second, gives up 5 hits, but only allows 2 runs to score. Enough to give the Yanks the lead as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Our score is 2-1 Bombers. And Holtzman back out on the mound. George Sisler set to lead it off for the visitors. And we have a dice foul. Minor delay. Sisler the pitch. 6 and an 8, and that's going to be a potential triple. And the Browns love to hit those, but Sisler will hold up at second at this time. So nobody out, and Ken Williams. Williams, the first 30-30 man in the history of baseball. That happened this very season. Over 30 stolen bases and over 30 home runs. Here comes a pitch from Holtzman. And 6 and an 8. And this is going to tie it as he has the double there. So Sisler comes around to score, and as slow as this one started, it's heating up now. Runner on second base, nobody out still for the Browns. Baby doll Jacobson up. 6-10, that'll be a fly ball to left field. Runners hold. 1 down for McManus. 6-7, single. That's going to bring home the go-ahead run for the Browns. Ken Williams trots across the plate. McManus with the RBI base knock. Hank Severide up. Pitch to Severide, 55. That'll be a fly ball to right field. Reggie puts that away. Runner holds. 2 down. Chick short in the batter. Brownies lead this 3-2, top of the 4th. 2 outs, 1 on, 2-5. That is going to be a walk. So McManus down to second base. And Holtzman now faces Wally Gerber, who drove in the Browns' first run. 4 and an 8, and that's going to be yet another single. Runners will not advance there. So the sacks are loaded. And actually, you know what? I'm screwing up. Single with no asterisk, I can make a decision to try and score. I should have probably done that last inning. So sorry to all those like myself who are Yankee fans. McManus, there's 2 outs, 1 to 16. He scores. And he's going to get in there barely ahead of the throw. And moving over to third will be Shorten. So Gerber has his second RBI, and the Browns now lead this 4-2. Glad I caught that. Wish I'd caught it when the Yankees were up, though. 2 and a 6, and that's going to be a more than likely single. Yep, and 1 base single there. But that brings home Shorten. Gerber stops at second base, and Tobin has an RBI. And the Browns have a 5-2 lead, and it's starting again. These Browns are relentless. Holtzman trying to get Ellerby out. 3-9, struck him out, our first of the game. But not before the Brownies send 9 men to the plate and put 4 runs across on a total of 5 hits and a walk. So as they usually do, an explosion comes at some point during the game with this powerful Browns lineup. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-2 is the score, and Roy White will try and answer for New York here. Pitch from Van Gilder, and 55. It's going to be a pop out to shortstop, 1 down. Gerber takes care of that. Cliff Johnson. Johnson got it going last inning, 44. Beyond the catcher's card. And a 14, and Severide is a 2. And that will be a foul out, so 2 down. F2 goes Johnson, and Chris Chambliss up. Chambliss singled and scored in the last inning. Pitch from Van Gilder. 5-7, struck him out. So Van Gilder rings him up, and the Yankees are gone quietly in the bottom of the 4th inning. We're through 4. It's 5-2. Brownies lead. George Sisler. And Sisler started the mayhem that last inning with a leadoff double. 4-10, and that's going to be on the catcher's card. And Munson is a 2. 2 and a 3 there. It'll be out on a dribbler, so Munson showing cat-like reflexes. The magic is in the mustache, folks. Throws out Sisler at first base. 2-3 on the putout. Ken Williams up. Ken Williams, hashtag should maybe be in the Hall of Fame. 111 is going to be ground ball down to second base. Willie Randolph, his first put out of the game, 2 outs. So Holtzman looking to bounce back here in the 5th. And Yankees are probably going to get the bullpen going after this inning. 3 and a 3 to Baby Doll, and that'll be a ground ball to short. Bucky takes care of that. So 3 up, 3 down for Holtzman and the Bombers. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, still 5-2 Browns. Van Gilder back on the bump, and in the Yankees bullpen. Looks like Ken Clay is going to get up and start loosening up. So look for him coming soon to a mound near you in the Bronx. Bucky Dent leads it off for the Bombers here. 1-8, and that'll be a line out to third base. Ellerby snags that, 1 down. Back to the top of the order for the Bombers, Willie Randolph. We need a couple of hits here to get back in this game. 5 and an 8 is going to be a fly ball to left field. And Williams takes care of that, 2 down. Thurman Munson up. And Munson, 2 and 11. That'll be a single, so the captain comes through and sets the table for Reggie. And Reggie, we need a deep ball from him. Here comes the pitch. 5-7, struck him out. And Reggie cashed in and sent back to the dugout irate as Van Gilder is back on task. And the Yankees, 1 hit but no runs. They leave a runner. We are through 5. And the Browns still lead this one 5-2. And we are going to call it a day for Mr. Holtzman. He was not too bad, had a rough inning in the 4th, gave up 4 runs that frame. All in all, on the day, he gave up 5 runs on 7 hits. He walked 2 batters and struck out 1. They did not take him deep. But that's going to be a day for Kenny. And Ken Clay is going to come in, second Ken, and try and keep things right where they are. For the Yankees, McManus leads off, 6-12, fly ball to right field. Reggie's got that 1 down. Hank Severide up, Clay the pitch, Severide the swing, 6-5, and ruh-roh. Severide gets a hold of this one, and it's going to leave the yard just over the short right field porch. And an unlikely power source, Severide only had 3 home runs in 1922. But this is 1977, and Yankee Stadium's right field fence is inviting. He found it. So Chick Shorten, 1 out, bases empty, 4 and a 7. Be a single for Shorten. And just for reference point, not that it matters, but just so you can second guess me, that would have been a fly out, and I'm talking about Severide's home run, would have been a fly out on Holtzman's card if I had left him in just 1 more inning. But that's baseball, folks. Gerber up, 3 and an 8, and that's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop, and Bucky Dent's going to turn the double play. Randolph to Chambliss, 6-4-3. Browns tack on another on Severide's solo shot, and we're heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 6-2 Browns. And once again, they are looking to break the hearts of Billy Martin and his pinstripe crew as Greg Nettles leads off the 6th inning. The pitch from Van Gilder, 6 and an 8, and that's going to be a line out, hit hard but right at George Sisler. So L3 on the put out. Mickey Rivers up. 4-8, and that'll be a split chance. Rivers connects, and that's going to get through. Single pass Sisler. So Rivers is on, and Rivers needs a roll of 5 or less. He's not going to get the jump he needs to steal. So he's parked at first, and Roy White's up. Roy is flown out to center field, popped out to short. And 4-2, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Sisler. Rivers will move to second base. So 3 unassisted as White moves the runner along. Cliff Johnson, runner in scoring position. The pitch from Van Gilder, 3-8, and that's going to be a home run. Cliff Johnson deep into the night. It is gone. He put that one on the Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven, and the Yankees are back in this. A 2-run shot from Cliff. And Yankee fans everywhere happy Carlos May was not carded for this team because Cliff Johnson is making a bid for Yankees Player of the Game if they can come back and win it. They've cut the lead to 6-4 now. Chris Chambliss up, 1 and a 9, and that's going to be a single. So a rarity because the Browns do not have a deep bullpen, but they're going to get Hub Pruitt up and loosening up out there. Taking no chances with Van Gilder letting this lead slip away. Bucky Dent, the batter. 1 of 7 gets him to pop up though. McManus takes care of that. 3 down, but the Bombers come up with 3 hits. The big one, a 2-run blast into the left field seats by Cliff Johnson. And we are through 6 innings. Our score is St. Louis 6 and Bombers 4. So 3 innings to go. Still a lot of baseball left. And Ken Clay back out on the mound. And in the Yankees bullpen now, seeing as they have a shot, Dick Tidrow is going to get up and start loosening up. But first, Clay has to get through the top of this very lethal Browns lineup, starting with Mr. Jack Tobin. And Tobin, 2-8, he's going to fly out to right field. Reggie puts that away. So overall, Yankees pitcher's not too bad a job on these Brownies. 110 is going to be a single for Ellerby. Minus that 1 rough, very rough 4th inning for Holtzman where the Browns plated 4. Ellerby will try and steal on a roll of 2 or less. Not happening. Sisler at the plate. Here comes a pitch, 5-11. Be a ground ball back to the pitcher. And Clay's going to pivot. And he's going to get Ellerby at second base, but Bucky Dent can't turn it. Sisler on at first base on a fielder's choice. And he is the Browns' best base stealer. They're going to try and run here. 6. He's gone. So AA base stealer Sisler is a 1-17 and minus 3 for Munson's arm. 1-14. Here we go. And Munson guns him down. Sisler caught stealing. That's a big out. And the Browns are turned away. One hit, nobody left. We're heading to the bottom of the seventh inning stretch, and it's still 6-4 Brownies. And we are here, you know where, at the old ball game. Did that in spoken word that time. We'll change up. And, wrong guy. Dick Tidrow will be in next when the Brownies hit in the 8th inning. And Van Gilder's going to get at least one more inning here for the Browns. And again, the Brownies, very, very sparse bullpen. So we close the book on Clay. He goes 2 innings, gives up 3 hits and a run. That coming on Severide's solo shot. No walks or Ks. And Dick Tidrow is going to finish us out for the Yankees as Willie Randolph leads off the 7th inning. Second baseman extraordinaire. Here comes the pitch. And 3-11. Randolph, he leads off with a single here in the 7th inning. And Willie working to get a lead here. Not going to happen. Thurman Munson up. The pitch from Van Gilder, 3-6. And Munson rips that towards third. And Ellerby lunges and spears it. A big play there. So 1 down, Reggie Jackson at the plate. Van Gilder looking to put him away, 3-7, and Reggie rips another one towards second base, and that's going to be another great play by the Browns. McManus comes up with this one, spearing the hard line drive, 2 down. Runner on first, Greg Nettles. Nettles looking to make something happen. Here comes a pitch, 55, and pops him up. So the Yankees get a leadoff hit, do not do anything with it. We are through 7. It's in the books. It's 6-4 Browns. And coming out to pitch now for the Yankees will be Dick Tidrow. And Van Gilder, he is going to be finished. The next pitcher that comes out for the Browns will be Hub Pruitt, and he'll look to close this down. As Van Gilder, not his best outing, but he managed to get out of trouble for the most part. Final numbers on Van Gilder. He did give up 10 hits, 4 runs. All of those were earned, 1 home run. And he struck out 2 and did not walk a batter. So I guess the best way to describe that outing is adequate. So Dick Tidrow now is tasked with keeping it as is on the scoreboard. Ken Williams leads off, 5-4. Oh, geez. Big swing, but that's going to go on the catcher's card. And that will be an 11 for Munson. And again, Munson is a 2. And pass ball followed by a foul out, so no runners on, no problem there. F2 for Williams, and that brings up Baby Doll Jacobson. And Tidrow just looking to get through the meat of this order. 1-2, fly ball to right field. Reggie's got that, 2 down. Marty McManus up, Tidrow the pitch. And 6s everywhere, and this is going to be ripped and going to fall for a single. McManus, his second base hit of the day. And he'll try and steal on a roll of 4. Nope. Hank Severide up. Severide has a long ball to his credit today, 6-6. And he's going to get more. This will be a single, runners advance 2. So Tidrow on the verge of letting this slip away. Chick Shorten. Shorten has not been retired tonight. He's got a single, double, and a walk. He scored 2 runs. Here comes a pitch from Tidrow. 3-3 and gets him to ground out to Willie Randolph, who takes care of it and ends a threat. Couple of hits for the Brownies. But no runs, and they leave 2 on the base path. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th inning now. New pitcher for the Browns is Hub Pruitt. Mickey Rivers tasked with getting a rally started here. Leading off the inning, Mickey Rivers. Here comes a pitch. 4 and a 7. That'll be a ground ball down to second base, and McManus is a 1. Good defensive player there. And roll of 10 is an out, gets to it. So the Fleet Mickey Rivers retired on a great play out there by McManus. Roy White up, pitch. 6-7, that'll be a ground ball down to Gerber, who is a 2. And 9 and a 2, that's going to be a 1 base error, so Gerber boots that. E6, our first error of the game, and Roy White gives the Yankees a little bit of hope. And Cliff Johnson, who went deep his last time up. Pruitt stares him down. Here comes a pitch, 5 and a 10, and that's going to be on the catcher's card. And again, Severide a 2 and 16. Wild pitch followed by a foul out. So Roy White gets to second base. And Cliff Johnson F2. Runner on second base, 2 down. Chris Chambliss up. Looking to get the Yankees 1 run closer. 1-4 and pops him up. McManus puts that away. So no runs, no hits, 1 error. Yankees leave 1. We're heading to the last frame, folks. Bucky F. and Dent will lead it off for the Yankees then. But first, Tidrow has to get through this Browns lineup 1 more time, starting with Wally Gerber. And the Brownie shortstop is 2 for 3 today, has a couple of ribbies. 1 and a 12, that's going to be a foul out plus injury. Of course, that doesn't matter. And Munson puts that away, back to the top of the order, 1 down. Jack Tobin up, Tidrow the pitch. 1-5, ground ball down to Willie, over to Chambliss. 1-2 down now. Frank Ellerby up, 1-6, and he hits that hard, but it's right at Bucky Dent, L6, and the Browns go down in order in the 9th. So we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Score remains St. Louis 6, New York 4. Hub Pruitt looking to slam the door, get Van Gilder the win, and himself a save. Bucky Dent's going to start it for the Bombers. Here we go. Pitch to Dent, and 3 and a 9. It's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. Gerber takes care of that, 1 down. Back to the top of the order, Willie Randolph. Randolph today has a sacrifice fly. He's also singled, 1 for 3 with a ribby overall. 1 and a 7, and that's going to be a walk. And that is the first walk given up today by Browns pitching. And Willie will try and steal on a roll of 3 or less. No. Thurman Munson up now. The Yankee captain waits for his pitch. 2 and an 8. And Munson rips it. It's gone. Wraps it around the left field foul pole. Home run. And this game is tied. Some 9th inning heroics here. And Pruitt can just shake his head as Munson gets high fives as he shoves around the bases. Not from the Browns, from his coaches. So 1 down, and we're staring at extras unless Reggie Jackson can deliver something special. 3 and a 3 will be a ground ball down to first base. Sisler takes care of that, and this game was moving along so rapidly, and looks like we're on the verge of free baseball now. 6 and a 9, struck him out, and we've got it. So we are through 9 full innings, and nothing's resolved as a huge 2-run shot by Munson in the bottom of the frame ties it. And we are heading to the 10th. Our score is 6-6. And leading it off for the Brownies will be George Sisler. Dick Tidrow still on the mound. Sparky Lyle up and warming up in the Yankees bullpen. They are pulling out all stops to escape this series with a split. And Sisler leads off with a single. He's going to try and get a lead here. 6 or less, he runs. Can't get it. Munson gunned him down last time, so no fear from Munson behind the plate. Ken Williams up now. Tidrow the pitch, 4-7, and that's going to be hit hard towards third base. And 13, and it just gets by Nuttall's glove. So first and second base The Browns are in business, and Sparky, they're going to bring him in. So Tidrow gets 2 innings in, and he gives up 2 hits, no runs, does not walk anybody, does not strike out anybody. These Browns are hard to whiff, only 1 strikeout for them in this ball game. But nobody out, runners on first and second, Baby Doll Jacobson up. And he is a good hitter, so they are not going to ask him to bunt. He's going to swing away. And 2 and a 9, and struck him out. A big strikeout for Sparky Lyle. And as usual, when I say something hasn't happened, it happens. A big K there, and now Lyle, momentum. 2 and a 6 to McManus. And struck him out. So how do you get a strikeout to happen? You just have to have me say it's only happened once, and they've tripled their total now. 2 outs, runners on first and second, Severide up. 2 and a 10, and that's going to be a single back up the middle. Coming around third base is Sisler. He's going to score. Over to third is Williams, and Severide, who has a home run, comes up with a big blow for the Brownies, and they have the lead 7-6 now. Chick short and 2 down. Here comes a pitch from Lyle, 4 and a 7. And Shorten, he's going to drive a single into left field, and that's going to advance too. So coming in is Williams, and to third goes Severide. And just when you thought they had it wrapped up, here come the Browns. And against the Yankees, ace reliever, Billy Martin is furious in the dugout. He's throwing bats, swearing. Here comes a pitch to Gerber, 6-5, and strikes him out. So Lyle strikes out the side, but those 2 singles he gave up as the Browns in the top of the 10th come up with 2 runs on 4 hits, leave 2. And once again, the Yankees are going to need some late inning heroics. Pruitt back out on the mound, and Mickey Rivers leads it off for the Bombers here in the bottom of the 10th inning. 6 and a 3, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. Out there, Tobin is a 2. Dosecki's 19, and that is going to be a put out. He gets to it. So Rivers is gone. Roy White's up. The pitch to White. 5 and a 3. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Pruitt's a 1. And 9, he gets to that. 2 down. So the top of the 9th inning just had to be deflating to the Yankees after they rallied to tie it in the 9th. So Cliff Johnson, 2 outs, facing a 3 out of 4 game loss, and he hits that high in the air to right field. Parking under that is Tobin. Puts it away, a 3-up, 3-down inning for Pruitt, who now gets the win in relief. And this one is over. Final score: St. Louis Browns 8, New York Yankees 6 in 10 innings. An exciting game. Had a little bit of everything here. So our final tallies for the day. For the visiting St. Louis Browns. Again, they bust the bats out. They come up with 8 runs on 16 hits, and again, they are just relentless. 4 hits in the 9th inning, 5 hits in the 4th. And they had an error for the New York Yankees. They have 6 runs and 12 hits. So a good day at the plate for them. No errors for the Yankees. A couple of big home runs. Cliff Johnson with a 2-run shot for the Bombers. Thurman Munson with a 2-run blast in the 9th that tied it. And Hank Severide with a solo shot for the visitor. So player of the game here. You know what? We got to go to the person who hit in the eventual winning run, and that would be the Brownies catcher, Hank Severide. Good day at the plate. He went 3 for 5, home run, runs scored, and 2 ribbies, including the game winner in the top of the 10th. So Hank Severide, this bud is for you. Or since we're in New York, I guess Ballantyne's. No, it's not 1961. And speaking of which, check out Delaware Strat. Chris has a great 1961 replay going called 61. It's the Marison Mantle chase for Babe Ruth's home run record. Other friends of the channel, ID Jester, Al Red Sox fan, does a bunch of great stuff. Tabletop Baseball Plus, of course, Cards and Dice Baseball, and Combat Painter as well. And I know I'm forgetting someone, so forgive me. I'll make sure I'm more prepared next time. But until next time, keep rolling for the fences. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, all.